The pointy end. I've got it ready. I've got mine. Do you have yours? Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you all. It's the couple of you that I see. Miss Misery, B. Kimberly. Hello. Welcome. Been looking forward to this one so very much. We get to play Horizon again. We get to play the new DLC. And maybe a little more than that. We'll see. Horizon Zero Dawn, including the Frozen Wilds. Yes, it is. I've been on the verge of sneezing for a minute, and the song ran out, and we had to start. But I'm still cringing because I can't force it. Wait! Here it comes. Oh, damn. So, anyways, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen soon, or I will go insane. Let's recap a little bit. I don't mean the story. Maybe we can get there, but here's where we left off. No, wait. There's where we left off in June when we finished the game.
It's cool, everybody. I'm here.
Why, hello there. Oh, Sea Star. Hi. Happy Tuesday. Happy Frozen Wilds Day. We put 90 hours into the main game. We started on normal, took it up to hard. By the end, we finished on very hard. Platinumed as the credits rolled. Yo, Bob! Oh yeah, we platinumed and level capped when we finished the main game. That's what's up. Welcome, Bob. Welcome, everyone. Lurkers out there, people watching later. That was an awesome playthrough. And I am not prepared to put another 90 hours of this on the schedule at this time, but I turned this on Sunday. I went ahead and started an NG Plus playthrough. I guess where most of these came from. A few manual saves. There it is, New Game Plus. I messed around at the place we left off, and I topped off. Everything was crafted. Everything was unlocked. All skills were had. I filled my medicine pouch and crafted everything and got extra resources. Do you remember running out of Blaze? I ran out of Blaze in the middle of the final fight on very hard. I took care of all that. Dropped a manual save. Started an NG Plus on Ultra Hard. We're gonna do this. I played for about 5 hours. So I warmed up, spent a couple hours there, and then played up to the point where I thought we'd be good for the DLC. I got to where you open up the gates to the western side of the map. From what I read this morning, that's exactly what you need to have done. I haven't done much else. A few story beats. You start before the provings. I went through the proving, went north, met with Medea, met a few other people. Really haven't done anything. So let's load that. Let's take a look. That's my decision, even though, and I want to thank those of you who reminded me that the next time I decided to play a game on a jacked up difficulty, you were going to remind me I'm an asshole and an idiot sometimes. It's okay. It's okay to be those things. It doesn't make us a bad person. Anyways, I am sometimes those things, and I get us in hot water. And I like to enjoy games. I like us to enjoy games together. Very important part of my life, and I don't like spoiling it by getting in over my head. That said, we finished this game on very hard. I sunk some hours into Ultra on Sunday. I know it's doable, and we've got a 20 level advantage. The DLC is made for level 30 and up characters. We're already capped at 50. So, I'm gonna get our ass kicked. But it's going to be a really good time. There are some games that would have to try really hard to piss me off. Or even if they do, it doesn't take away from the experience. I can get salty and frustrated and still love it if it's worth it. And I already know this game is. And it takes a really long time to load. If you fast travel somewhere nearby, it may not take this long, but if you fast travel anywhere across the map, any great distance, it'll take about that long. Thank you, Kimberly. I know you'll have to get back to work. Don't work too hard. And that's right, N7 Day. Happy N7 Day, Mass Effect fans out there. Is this game good? So good. So good. So good. Hey there, Colonel. This is one of my Game of the Years. I don't have a Game of the Year. There were too many good games this year. And I haven't even played Assassin's Creed yet, which we're going to be starting next week. This is one of the best games I've ever played. Although, it might be in a 10-way tie. Or a 20-way tie. Or something else. It's one of the most beautiful games I've played in a long time. It has environments and environmental effects, sunsets, landscapes, up there with The Witcher. And The Witcher is one of the most spectacular environments I've ever played around in. And up there with Uncharted, the recent Uncharted games. Hey, Prestige. Good to see you. I know you said you can't stay, but you'll be starting this soon. I'm glad you'll be starting this soon. You're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time with this one.
Corruption hanging off them.
So this is an NG+. This is near the beginning of the game. I'm going to bring up the map for a second, but Prestige, I don't think you need to worry about getting spoiled from this map at all.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
KG! I am KG. Thank you for the host. Welcome. I don't know precisely which area. I think it's on the western side of the map where we're going to have to go to start the DLC. But the actual start is somewhere around these gates, which divide the eastern and western parts of the map, which is why I've gone from the starting area, made my way north through a few quests, and west to these gates. And after you get that far in the story, you have access to basically the rest of the map, with some exceptions. Why, thank you. Thank you. KG, you cannot stay due to spoilers. You're not going to be the only one. Prestige is in the same boat. It was cool to see you too, man. And KG, thank you for the host. It'll take at least 10 minutes to get to and start the DLC if anybody wants to just hang out for a few minutes. Would you like to know if you go to the wrong place to start the DLC? Yeah, you could, please, and thank you. If you want to tell me where to go to start, like if I've got the wrong idea that it's not... Isn't it at Daytower Gate? I did look up this morning where it starts, but I may be... You know me. It's where it ends up, as north as you can go. Like up here, or... I'm sure we'll find
Message
out.
coming in.
But I think we start at
Patching it
Daytower.
through.
Misbehave. Thank you for the host. Why don't we take the long way, just to enjoy a ride before we enjoy a ride. Happy N7 Day to you, Misbehave, and everyone. Again, Aloy. She has the best little animations that she enjoys and interacts with the world. Look, the rain's on her face, and she's looking at it run down her hands, and she runs up or down a hill. Sometimes she'll wobble as she goes. I'm just so glad we're playing this again. Which brings me to a point I was thinking about a few minutes ago. Never got around to. The DLC is not supposed to be that long. Some people are saying 10, 12 hours. Some people will surely spend 20 or more. I'm hoping we get to spend 20 or more. If we don't, we're going to have to make up for that by playing a little more of the main game. We're on Ultra Hard. We're in an NG+. We're pretty early in the story. And if we want to, I don't want to spend any less than 3 or 4 streams with this. So if we need to, we've got plenty more we can do. Fortunately, this is the only piece of DLC there's going to be for the game. But there's rumors of a sequel. Tropic. Warning. Adult. Adult. I need an adult. Greetings, brother. We have all the skills and skill points to spare. When you play NG+, you actually do continue to get experience. You just don't have anything to spend it on. Now the DLC's changing that. They added this Traveler Tree. Everything up through Forager was from the main game. Traveler Tree is new. We could just buy it all right now, huh? Pick up. That's cool. Let's look at it and buy it. Tammy, what's going on? Back on Horizon? Yep, new DLC. The Frozen Wilds just came out today. Gather resources and search downed enemies while mounted. Well, it's about time. Mount repair. Repair a damaged mount using metal shards. Wow, why not? Machine repair. Repair any overridden machines using metal shards. Repair overridden machines using metal shards. That could get expensive, but mount repair plus increases mount health and repair speed. Yard salvager. Disassemble resources and modifications into 50% of their metal shard value. Disassemble. No, disassemble! 50% of their shard value. That's good. So in the field when we're overloaded, instead of having to waste things, at least get something for them. You can't sell them for full price. You can still break them down for half price. Expert carver. Increased chance to loot skins, bones, lenses, hearts. Hoarder increases resource inventory slots by 20%. Yeah. And we'll have to get an extra skill point for dismount strike. Launch a jumping attack from your mount, damages medium machines and can take down small machines and humans. I only had 15 spillover skill points, so somehow I acquired a couple more already, maybe the other day while I wasn't paying attention. I don't know how long it'll take us to get another, but I've been paying a little more attention, counts it better. Would have picked that for now over Mount Repair Plus, but no matter. We got some new skills. It is. Tammy, if you're asking about the DLC, we haven't really begun yet. Just started a few minutes ago and we haven't picked up any of the quests. We have all the weapons, top tier weapons from the main game, and there will probably be new ones in the DLC. So we have some of the Lodge stuff, Lodge, Warbow, Rope Caster, Blast Sling, have various mods in them. I did look at them the other day. They're not absolute highest tier mods in every case. It's kind of a pain to go through everything, but we're sitting on a bag full of nice mods of every type. Damage, tear, fire, freeze, shock, corruption, handling, melee, ranged resist, fire resist, frost, shock, resist, corruption, weave, resist, stealth, weave. Those numbers don't go up very high on stealth. So we have all of that stuff. Cool, right? We've got just about everything. We also have the fancy armor that you unlock late game. And so we have it at the beginning of NG+. A little in from the beginning already, but Shield Weaver, if you haven't seen how it works, you'll see it. Instead of explaining it, it's right there on the screen. We'll just let it play out and comment on it when it kicks in. You'll get that 1 point in no time. All right, you want to see the game, right? We're going to play a game. How about a game? We've got the UI, however we had it set way back when. And I think that is some dynamic mode where elements of the UI will appear and disappear as needed. Like that, health bar showing up. The blue bar is an extra bar of protection generated by this armor. Fancy armor. Shield Weaver at the start, yeah. It is really nice. It's very helpful, and on Ultra Hard, it may even be damn near necessary. On the other hand, we may have to be strategic and use different pieces of armor and mods because of the increased difficulty. One thing I've noticed running around in Shield Weaver, everything notices me from a great distance. So I haven't figured that part out yet. My stealth needs some work, or we're going to have to put on stealth armor. But we're loaded. We've got arrows, bombs, every type, things modded out, gear, resources to make more, and a mission. Snow Angel, I can't wait. Now we just need some snow. Now we just need some snow. So instead of fast traveling, let's go the long way. Our main mission is giving us the same path all the way to Day Tower Gate, and we'll just hop off at that point. Let's, we can kind of use the UI markers for the main quest to get to the DLC.
Rom! It's your sister, Alara!
And we're not sorry, you'll have to wait. We'll be back someday. So yeah, mounting creatures from the beginning of the game. Certainly couldn't do that at this stage in the game. Or no, maybe you could. I take that back. You could. We learned to override, and that was one of the first things the game teaches you to override. In fact, the only skills that were locked off were the override ones until it got opened up in the story. Whoa! Being able to whistle for a mount, that would have come later. We would have needed more skill points for that. But the override skill, stick them with the pointy end. Stick the pointy end in the machine. That and the upgrades for that were walled off in the skill tree in NG Plus until you got to that point in the story. The movement in this game is spectacular. You've got this dive. You can crouch, slide, skip down hills. Oh, it's fantastic. Feels so good. The weather, the atmospherics in this game are some of the best. Maybe because you finished already. What maybe because I finished already? That is why we have all that stuff. It's because we finished already. That's what you were referring to. Yeah, it is. NG Plus, New Game Plus. The game lets you carry over your skills and your items, and you start over. When the game begins, the very beginning, you're a child. When you start the game over the second time in New Game Plus, you get to skip the childhood and you start as a young adult before the part of the game referred to as the proving. It would take quite a while to do any worthwhile recap of the whole main game, so I'm not going to try to do that right now, but maybe we could talk a little and keep talking about it as we play and as we get towards the DLC. I certainly don't want to give a list of spoilers and endgame content, so we're not going to do that. Please try to avoid talking too much about endgame spoilers, and certainly no DLC spoilers. But Aloy is an outcast, was an outcast from her tribe, and the story of why she's an outcast, how she came to be part of the tribe again, what she did for the tribe and for the world is one of the best stories in any game that I've played. It has wow moments like you wouldn't believe if you follow the details, if you listen to and read all the lore that's scattered throughout the world. This game will wow you over and over again.
Yeah.
So I can't recommend it enough. It is one of those games. It's debatable whether it's worth picking up a whole system for it. Are you kidding? Well, I'll just say yes. Let's just say yes. I won't pick on that comment. I don't know if you're joking, but yes. South Park is a niche game. This is the kind of experience I think anyone who enjoys games should have the opportunity to experience.
Here they come.
It's got so much to offer. I'm just so glad to be back. I just wrote down a turkey. Look out, coming through. Friendly? Coming through. Oh, God, we're just running down. Did you do that before? Did they add that you can run down wildlife?
Another signal.
For the sacred land! Faithful brave, aim true!
Alright, I don't have my bow that's spec'd for corruption. Or else I'd show you a corruption arrow here. Oh, hi. Oh, man. Alright, so, in addition to all kinds of cool bow action, Aloy has some pretty kick-ass, melee. She's got this spear, which is pretty weak initially. Come get some. Hot damn. Eventually, spear gets to be pretty kick-ass too. Since we can break these down now, of course my mod bag is pretty full.
They know I'm
I'm
here.
gonna try not to even pick up some of those. Is that, what do they call it, a stalker? Look at it. Look at it. Ow! It's scavenging the body of the other one. They're both scavenging. Ravagers. They're fucking feeding. So, you can see Ultra Hard's gonna be interesting, isn't it? You guys have no stealth, do you? Not that mine's good. My mount go. My aim's gonna need some work. So we got all kinds of stuff. If you're not familiar with the game, we have all kinds of tripwires and bombs, and I don't want to waste too much before we start the DLC, but I do have plenty and resources to make a lot more. I'll have to relearn. We have a journal we can look these things up in, but I'll have to relearn the names. They just notice us from anywhere.
For the goddess.
Do that now, right? That's why we bought it. So let's see. We can even pick up the tripwire wall mounted. We don't have to get off. How close do I have to get? Blast wire. Hot damn. As a baby. Why she was kicked out of the tribe? As a baby. Oh, crunch, crunch. Coming through. So, as a baby, she was given to the care of another outcast. So while her name, Aloy, might sound a bit like alloy, as in metal alloys, and this game has a lot to do with the old metal world and the ruins of it. But Aloy was, as a child, already an outcast, and I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to tell you right now, so you can discover it. But she was given to the care of another outcast named Rost. And if his name sounds a little bit like rust, as in metal that rusts, it is meant to. Yes, I did not save someone. Should we save someone? Oh! Might be too late.
Please don't let me die.
She's up on high.
So you have a quick melee and a strong melee? Oh, and then there's that.
You're dead.
Hey, fruit. It's the new black. Did she die? Did she...
Could you come here for a moment?
He lives!
Thank you. Here's something for you.
Thank
You
you.
saved my life. I promised I won't miss it.
So, hey, Rex, how are you doing? And Fruit, and anyone else I may have missed coming in. We're gonna, Rex and everyone, we're gonna try and keep story discussion for the main game, if possible, to, we're not gonna talk end game. Even if you know end game stuff, we're not gonna talk end game, please. There are people who have not played the game, and this is a special experience I don't want to see spoiled for anyone by finding things out too soon.
Stocking up.
Quick saves and manual saves are accomplished at campfires.
Here we go.
Took them long enough.
We're getting close to Date Tower Gate, and that's where I will be looking for an NPC. Somewhere around here. Is it too deep? Let's find out. Yes, it is. Back on the trail with you. Cannot type and write. Big tower.
There's gotta be a way to override even these things.
So NG Plus resets the cauldrons. Collectibles and story progress, and that includes cauldrons and override unlocks that come with cauldrons. All of that gets reset in NG Plus. We don't need to be making these extra quick saves. Although I am kind of getting in a habit. Lots of habits to get in again. The 5 hours I put in on Saturday were great practice, but still de-rusting. If you're in cover, one thing you can do, and I shouldn't do it from here, you can whistle, Assassin's Creed style. Stealth attack from cover. Attacks from above with the right skills. While hanging, climbing, hanging. Climbing is not the best thing in the game. It's not, you're not Lara Croft, you're not Nathan Drake. You can't free climb stuff, but there are plenty of things to climb. I think that's our ticket.
I'll get enough strange looks as it is.
I don't think we're going to be walled off from the world, this part of the world. We're not going to be transported away. As far as I know, we're going to have to travel north, and whatever the plot of the DLC is separate from, but kind of alongside the main plot. So we might hear a few things that cross over that are from mid or later game, or meant for. Be interesting to see.
It's heavy. World's going white.
Nothing but trouble. That's all there is in Banuk lands.
I heard you talking about trouble in Banuk lands.
Was that out loud? Ears must be getting worn down from all those
should be
long
good.
leg blasts. But you heard right. I'm fresh back from the cut, looking for better scavenging and better shards.
I guess you didn't find them up there?
Not with the Banuk wailing about new machines and talking spirits and their purses frozen shut. What's a trade route without trade? It's just a route.
I'll be on the other side of the screen. UI stuff that pops up may not matter much, but I can see. Yeah, I want to do it this way. Trade route?
There's a trade route. I thought the Banuk kept to themselves.
We Oseram and the Banuk are neighbors, after all. What's a few mountain ranges between friends? I have some acquaintances out there, still trying to dig a living out of the ice, but they say nothing seems to stick. All the superstitious nonsense and rampaging machines aren't helping.
It's good to see you again, Aloy. Isn't it?
What were these new machines and spirits?
Honestly, I don't even know. Going by the number of Banuk funerals, I'd say the kind you turn away from.
Not really my style.
Well, if you reach my grand old age, you might prefer picking up after hunters in the Sundom. It's warmer, too.
What is this place? The Cut?
When the Karja took up swords and hacked away at the edge of Banuk land, they left the Cut behind.
So a battleground from the war. Like the valley outside the Sacred Land.
Mm-hmm. Mountain Pass in the far north and east will get you there. It's open to outlanders, hardy ones, like you. Just don't expect much of a welcome. Especially not now.
New machines and talking spirits? I'm interested.
Thought as much, just looking at you. Don't say you weren't warned. There's a slip of a trail through the northeastern mountains, past what we call the Grave Horde. You won't miss it. You'll find what passes for a town on the other side. Maybe someone there can talk you out of it.
Maybe. Maybe not. Thanks for the information.
So, Grave Horde. Yeah, we won't, please don't talk about the Grave Horde and all that, because that's a big part of the main game, but we're gonna go past it. We're gonna go right past it. Into the frozen wilds, explore the Cut. To the north, then. So we can ride back or travel back, but we're gonna ride north. Here, we can't fast travel where we haven't been. We could unlock some tall necks. Do that, but the Devil's Thirst tall neck is this area down here. Won't really help us up to the north. But if, as we're going north, we pass by a tall neck, and I don't remember where they are, we can stop and do that and open up part of the map. We're gonna head north past the Grave Horde into the Cut. Music. Soothing. Do that. Let's jump back to long way to the north. Yeah, I didn't unlock any of the map yet, so we get to do that. I'm glad, because all the extra time we spend in this game, the better. I even thought about, we don't have a scheduled stream tomorrow, but I even thought about, if I really wanted to spend more time in this game, we could have an extra stream. I'm not planning one, just telling you where my thoughts were at. I'm just playing again. Now, combat tips, especially on Ultra Hard. That stuff's okay. Please, if anybody's watched other streams, the only stuff I don't want to talk about. Save. Crouch, please. Same button. Whoa. Yeah, if you can stay away from end game, main game spoilers, and of course, no spoilers for the new DLC if you've watched any streams or played any of it yourself. But otherwise, we can talk about the game, and I may need some advice on how to improve my combat, you'll see. You'll want to shout out. And this time, it's okay to suggest things. More! More, Quad! More! More. Hey, Quad. More. See how we're already being spotted from about 100 yards away? Just a little bit. Even though I'm crouched, I'm not in the grass. Where I was thinking we may want to stealth our way through until we get into real fights where we want to put on the Shield Weaver. Maybe a new outfit, right? I hope there'll be some new outfits. Where's our stealth gear? Silent Hunter. Silent Hunter. Hotkeys for that stuff would be cool. Now let's deselect. Oh, I gotta get the right quest selected now. We're no longer trying to be led that way. Even though we have not uncovered the trail's kind of marked out for us. Pay attention to that or not. I don't mind going off the trail to find a tall neck. But for now, let's follow it.
If you won't fight, why don't you run on home?
Oh. That's who. Different bows with different strengths and weaknesses, modifications you can put into them. Different bows that take different types of arrows, sometimes elemental or other effects. Bows that are slower but stronger. Sort of a sniper versus a close medium range bow. Squad, you're trying to learn Streets of Whiterun on guitar. The tab is long and your head hurts. Oh, but that's gonna be rewarding. Take down. Day-night cycles, excellent weather. Seems suspicions have been raised. We are woo! This place doesn't look very frozen. I'm baby steps, man. I'm getting there. This is a good opportunity before we get to the frozen wilds up north. Get used to the difficulty in a few skirmishes and attempts to avoid them. Might get there tomorrow. We could be there in 5 minutes. I could hop back on a mount and just race there. That's what I don't want to do. Oh Lord, you didn't raise the difficulty, did you? I played 5 hours on this difficulty on Sunday to get warmed up. Started in NG Plus on Ultra Hard. We finished on Very Hard. I like so far what it does to this game. Hunting grounds. I won't be doing any of those today. We're level capped, and we've got a 20 level advantage over the target for the DLC, which is 30. We're 50. We have every skill in the game. We were able to... Okay, we have one we need to purchase in a few minutes. They opened up a new skill tree. We were able to buy it all, except one thing, which we'll have soon. Mounted combat, basically. The box we don't have. That one of the crab walkers? No, it's not. What did we call those? The big... Let's look at the journal. We don't even have them. We don't have them unlocked. The machine catalog, because this is NG+, so I haven't unlocked information on most of the machine types. I can scan a few that I haven't yet. Bellowback. That's right. This thing's awesome. Figuring out how to kill those first few times. That took a while. They have some tender bits. Elemental tender bits. You can craft many things. And you can craft healing potions. You end up hunting animals both to...
Come on, Daisy. Don't be afraid.
Both to upgrade your ammo packs capacity, craft ammunition, craft healing items and traps, and shell walker. Yeah, that's what I thought it was until I saw it was a bellowback. Was there also a shell walker there that I didn't see? The shell walkers are great. They actually carry loot boxes on their back. Crabs with loot boxes on their back. Or focus can help us see what's coming, what's around us.
You
Tag.
there! I hope you've come to help, because we're getting slaughtered out here.
Tag enemies and animals and others. We can keep track of them. Sometimes see the path that a machine is walking or a humanoid is walking, so that when we're not in that mode, walk quite slowly in this mode. Highlight track. So if we were to highlight that track, we can see where that machine is going to walk. And then when we're not in focus mode, we can still see where that machine is going to walk if we wanted to avoid it or lay wait and ambush it. And the focus is a big part of the story. Something that I think it's safe to say, beginning of the game where you get to see Aloy as a child briefly, she discovers that, called her focus.
Trees are thick. Hard to line up
Discovers
a
that as a
shot.
child in some ruins of the old world. Hey, Vinny. Maybe we should call for a ride. We don't have to race through everything. Oh, hello. Ah, flowers. Too many flowers. How do you like that? No other machines heard that. Just our trusty steed. Perfect.
Keep quiet now.
Right, keep quiet. clankety, 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 clank. Keep quiet now. There's some shell walkers on the hill. Shell walkers fighting snap maws, or no, fighting something else. Holy shit! It's a war zone! Oh God! Coming through. Look out! Oh yeah, one more thing about NG+. You can't change the difficulty, it locks, so we are stuck on ultra hard. If it became unbearable, we do have the save at the end of the main game. And we could restart the DLC from there, but we cannot change it here. Just saying. We are racing north after all. Yeah, NG+ locks the difficulty. Coming through! So, can't change your mind. Well, you can change your mind, but you can't change the setting. Mm-hmm.
Always too dry, too wet.
Okay, how about, hold your horses. How about we hop off here and walk? Let's take a look at where we are. I remember coming out here the very first time. This game is so memorable. I remember coming out here the very first time and spending a great deal of time trying to figure out where I was supposed to go, and let's just say I was here too early. Yeah, I was here too early. Oh yeah, Tammy, the difficulty, we started on normal, took it up to hard, and we finished on very hard. The game plays very well, quite smoothly. And yet, I do wish we could have a 60 frames per second version. And even on, I have a regular PS4, but even on the Pro, it doesn't target that or achieve that. It doesn't need that. I would just like it. Yeah, I could tell, exactly, C-Star. I could tell from the map that there was something up here, and then I could tell from, holy shit, what is that there was something up here. But the map having that marker is why I really stuck around banging my head on the wall, almost literally, trying to figure out what to do. Jay was in ruins yesterday. Yes. Yes, I was. The Grave Horde.
Solid ice. I'm not getting through here.
Solid ice. Yeah, I mean, you know, not like we have explosive ordnance or anything. Solid ice. How would we get through that? Nevertheless, we can't. Not now. Not there. That blue, whatever,
This must be the pass
blue
O'Toole was
glowing,
talking about. With Banuk
that
turrets
wasn't there
and just
before, so that must be part of the DLC. Tammy, 10 minutes? Are you sure I didn't spend 30 minutes investigating? So climbing. Yellow marks the spot. At least the spot you start. Not everything you climb on will be marked, but yellow is this game's color for marking climbing spots. And there are plenty of ledges you can almost free climb on, but in most cases, like this ledge, for example, we can climb around on some of this somewhat freely. But you generally can't start climbing up a surface anywhere. You have to look for designated places to begin climbing, and then there are paths you can take. All right, so this is where it's new to me. The Banuk are one of the tribes. Aloy is not a member of the Banuk tribe. She's a member of the Nora tribe. And the Nora, more than any other tribe, have shunned technology of the old world. Elders of the tribe almost pretending it doesn't exist. Not quite, but certainly trying to keep people away from it. While the other tribes have their own relationships with the technology of the old world and each other and the power structures across the land. And the Banuk in the north presented almost like an Eskimo tribe with some curiously close connections to the machines, even at a time where the machines have largely turned aggressive and turned against the humans. So we're going to spend more time with the Banuk now, I think, than we did at all in the main game. Oh, hey, I'm glad she knew where she was going. Where do the machines come from? Do they replicate? Are they produced? Okay, Tamalak, I'm gonna tread lightly. Please, no one just dump all the answers to that. Because the answers to that are an important part of the story. I don't want to say too much. If you don't mind, let me try to answer slowly, or if anyone else answers, don't give end game answers, please. The machines replicate. They are replicating. They are creating more machines. The machines are creating more machines. To answer that. Where they come from is a little more central to the story. But as you may have noticed, the machines resemble familiar animals. Good evening, Jamster. Goes well, we're just beginning. Getting into the new area. A replicate is good enough. I'll have to shut up momentarily, but the game does take place, at least in part, in the western U.S. Find out not too far in, you're in the Colorado area, at least for part of it. And references to familiar times and places seem to be a long time ago. But when the game begins, and throughout a good portion of the game, you don't know exactly how long ago, you don't know quite when you are, or why things are the way they are. And I'd hate to spoil those things for anyone who hasn't had that journey.
Everything's freezing. The ground, the air, me.
Wearing our stealth gear, not the Shield Weaver. We do have more weather-appropriate gear, but... Now what's here? A Demonic Scorcher. So we already have new enemy types. Demonic Scorcher, a new machine. Demonic machines are more powerful and have stronger elemental resistances than their normal counterparts. They are a force to be reckoned with. Override, impossible. No cauldron. Strength, shock. Corruption. So in the main game, corrupted machines are versions of machines you are already seeing and fighting that are extremely strong, weak to fire. These are not, but the corrupted machines, which had red banding around them and would leave trails of almost a poison taint trail. Wouldn't be surprised if these demonic machines are very similar to corrupted machines, except for their strengths and weaknesses, which appear to be no weaknesses and some extra strengths. So fire may not help us so much here. May want to avoid some fights as well. All sorts of different types of arrows. Arrows for pulling components, having a better chance to pull components off of enemies to collect. Tripwires, bombs. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to get into it at some point. We have sticky bombs, elemental wires. We can highlight his track. Remember what I was saying about the track. And now you can see his path. I shouldn't have come out here where he might see us. But if we wait for him to wander off, we can take the opportunity to... Actually, following him might be better. Keep moving. Come on, Aloy. Up. Up. Hamster, you don't need to apologize. No need. All right. Things are good.
Okay, that's a welcome, I guess.
They haven't shot us yet, Aloy. Outlander on the mountain. The Aurora.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
This is Song's Edge, biggest settlement in the cut.
Did a nice job of the footprints in the snow. Tracks, footprints becoming bigger tracks, becoming paths. I think it only really tracks in the deeper snow, but that.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
Investigate the source of the smoke, and there's lightning in there. Yeah, look at that. Domlak, the snowflakes, you're right there. Quite varied in catching the light. Sparkling, glittering in the... That's... You didn't know smoke had lightning?
You died
I
on
think it's a little more complicated than that.
Your songs will not be forgotten.
The smoke from the mountains bursting. Bad omen for the ritual.
Do volcanic eruptions provoke lightning? Is that not a thing?
Our shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope? Our shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now?
No, I say volcano because it's the template that fits for me. I don't know that it's a volcano. But humans are pattern matchers, and that's as close as I can get looking at that thing.
Led our best to their deaths.
Must be something big going on.
Find hope now.
Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
No one's paying us any mind. Medicinal fried chicken. Yeah, the whole place went up in smoke. They had to let Towley go. He's a bit of a disgruntled employee anyways, so. Oof. Just wandering. Sea ladder will climb. Probably go the other way though, huh? Want to go up on that. There. Get up there.
In times like these, we must not forget the importance.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrind, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead, but not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. so they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky, and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice. For free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Ourea, spouting on about spirits and daemons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Ourea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her, but no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
You're gonna have to go over those people again, but tell us a little bit about the Banuk.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah. A land cold enough to crack teeth. Filled with wild animals. You'd think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid. Don't believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
And Ourea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed it.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Ourea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Ourea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Warwick chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Araya came to town with their Warwick, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
They really did nail the facial animations. Maybe not every scene is gonna express that upgrade. But where I've seen it so far, it's so good that I am naturally drawn to the lips of the speaker. I'm watching the person speak because it all lines up well enough that it feels right. The earlier criticism that some leveled at the game was expressed in different ways too, but that the jaws were kind of wired shut is one you might have heard. I mean, Aloy would talk like this quite a bit. It actually didn't look so bad, but you could tell, and yeah, now we can see the tongue, just a little bit, enough to that it clicks. So watch the lips.
What are these Warwicks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something, and you might get a place. Some Warwicks come and go. Some last as long as Melon. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Warwicks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Story of my life.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Warwick has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Araya. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake.
I heard prophet.
Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves.
I like this guy.
We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
We?
Me and my daughter.
Hey, Drewski.
My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it?
Women?
No, independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
Long Notch. Yeah. All right, back to the Daemon.
I want to know more about this Daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or
Crazy
there's
talk.
something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Araya. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rafts. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if Aratak can tell me more about Araya or Thunderstrom. Maybe worth a shot.
Because the machines in this DLC and area have this new class, Demonic, and can't be overridden, it doesn't make a difference that we haven't, in this New Game Plus, that we haven't been to any cauldrons or unlocked any overrides, because they wouldn't apply. Wouldn't apply. Colonel, you're asking about your brother's big screen, 36-inch or bigger screen. What's the question? I'm playing on it. It's a 40-inch, 40 or 42, just a television, off-brand TV hooked up to the PC. Using one for a console? Yeah, I use it for both.
Peaceful machines in a grove south of the cut?
I hate to
Nonsense.
bang on the drum, but what's the question? What about it?
I've heard the Nora can handle their bows.
I want a better look. Let's go out to the view.
Damon is willing to commit against us.
I think it makes sense for a console, but not for a PC. Works for me. Works for me. Play at 1080 on a big screen. I wouldn't want to browse the internet 6 feet away on a... No, I wouldn't want to use that full time for computing. But for game playing on a PC, it's just like game playing on a console. Perfectly good. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thought they would let me get out to the ledge. If I want to jump off the ledge, I'll jump off the ledge. You can't stop me. And I didn't miss the opportunity to talk to him, did I? Yeah. Talk to Aratek. Just looking around, game. I don't know what aspect of it you're thinking about, Colonel.
In my memory, I hold many songs. Some of these have been lost to all but me. Recall that the blue light glows behind everything. It guides us through the thickest darkness. To survive the secrets we learn as shaman, I have always believed it vital to hold on to our warmth.
I do not want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
Song's Edge, Aurea, the Daemon, your Werak, the Expedition.
There are other Weraks in Song's Edge too?
Yes. The village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last, until the Karja seek war again.
Aurea knows about this Daemon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
This Daemon you talked about.
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself. It has changed the machines, made them fiercer, stronger.
But what is it?
A matter for the shamans to debate.
Did your Werak come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banur to face the threat of the Daemon. But I was born here and stayed to fight the Karja when others retreated into the mountains. few of my old warriors remain with me. Those who survived.
Hey, Gaming Terry. Cheers. Right back at ya.
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death? It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
I think that's nice. You just woke up. Terry. I was up. I have not adjusted to the time change, so I have woken up 1 hour too early for the past couple mornings. Nothing like having days and nights mixed up. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not quite that mixed up internally right now. Drewski, you got an ultra-wide monitor? The games that support it look ridiculous. I bet. Well, I'm loving where this is at.
After all the Red Sun King put us...
What do we have with a new map? We rode our way north, just raced past everything.
Kept you waiting, huh?
I forgot how cool the map was, how much depth there was to it. Snow! Finally! Snow! Howdy, Tyler. Colonel, I think he means they look really good. When a game presents itself, you can't just stretch anything and have it look good, but if the game opens up the environment or opens up the field of view and the environment and uses that extra wide space, yeah, you can really be immersed in the environment. That it's not quite VR, but for a two-dimensional screen, you can get a lot more immersion. This is the definite Christmas DLC. Snow! Yeah. Song's Edge, merchants, special merchants, campfires, side quests, and a path leading into, here we are, new area. So we passed by the Grave Horde. This was the top of the main game. We're now in new territory. Hey, speaking of snow, we did have snow here in Colorado. I woke up surprised by 3 inches. Thought we were just getting a sprinkle and we got inches. I had to shovel. It was good. Dogs are happy. Trust the Kaja.
Singers come to perfect song. Painters come to perfect picture. Perhaps all things.
Hope you don't mind if we just hang out here for a little bit. Check out the Banuk village. Future visits, I'm unlikely to stand around just watching for as long, so this is my chance to stand and gawk at it. I hope you can enjoy it a bit with me. Like their training yard. I join in.
I asked Zakuli which story she was painting, and she said all stories. What does that even mean?
The sky's getting lighter. Dawn's coming.
Smoke that pours from Thunderstrong. Sometimes I see horrible shapes in the cloud.
Nah, no time to talk.
Snow
to see
beneath
more of
my
that.
collar, snow beneath my toes.
Some lightweight sparring.
Sometimes I fear I'll never be warm and
Come on, if you want to be big and tough,
Father's
you
guilt
put more
onto
into
the
it than that.
King's shoulders. These are different times.
glad I
Slow motion sparring. All right, they'll get to it. I'll take that action.
And sing the songs of our ancestors.
Oh,
You
lie.
seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood.
Yes. A sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Lalai, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, until it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the old ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
Well, I'm intrigued. A musical instrument.
So
Can we
Deep Din
fix
is
it?
a place and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the old ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Karja. I'm the drummer now. But our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it. Or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
Oh, I'm in love with this game all over again.
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there it remains.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent?
Can't wait to find out.
Beware the machines with purple markings. To approach them without caution,
No.
would
We need blue gems and frost claw hearts. Or blue gleams and frost claw, scorcher, and fire claw hearts in order to buy the new bows. Extra mod slots. Extra mod slots. That's a pretty big deal. We've got new bows to aim for. Champion bow with elemental, arrows, shock, ice, and corruption. Power shot bow with hard point aimed at dismantling arrows, not harvesting arrows, and then the trap blast arrows. Those are really cool. Striker bow, standard arrows, or I don't know. I got some of these confused. That had precision, trap blast, and harvesting, and this had the standard one, whatever that's called, hard point and flame arrows. Outfits. New outfits. Banuk outfits. New Banuk. Blazon Adept. Need a lot of blue gleam. Check that out. Oh, check out the new Silent Hunter. That's cool. Trade blue gleams for extra boxes. Special items. We need badger bones, goat bones, or goat skin and badger bones before we can get these extra maps of figurines and pigments and blue gleam. that other side quest was down a little ways. If we follow the path out, wherever that merchant is would be one of the turn-ins for the special items. Right, well let's head towards the other pickup. I think Naltuk. I really want to check out the lake, but we won't skip by anything on the way. Over the next 3-4 streams, we are gonna
Overlapping old stone.
look into every corner of this new
Some
area.
sleep to, not live to.
Under rest, Master Banuk. We will not bow to the bandits.
One challenge at a time. The bandits at Stone will
Somebody with the name?
dealt with in due course.
Bergrind?
About
Oh, it's
that
you.
free advice, Bergrand.
For you, I'll give it twice. But next time, I'll start charging.
We don't need to start over. I do.
See you around, Bergrand.
Hope so.
I like
return customers.
The Banuk
S7.
survive and prevail.
Howdy doody.
The bandits murder and scavenge.
How's it
The
going?
mountain is burned for as long as I can remember.
Back with Aloy. In the snow!
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Maria. And to do that, I need to talk to her apprentice, who followed the river north.
At a hot spring. Or something. They're digging in it. Maybe it's not a hot spring. It's not
Outlander,
exactly.
wait a moment.
I'm coming your way. First. Tell you, if the PS4 Pro version of this, it doesn't do 60 frames per second. If it did,
Blue light.
I'd be out the door to get one.
Outlander.
I wish more games that get upgrades for the newer systems, Pro, 1X. Some of them are going to target frame rate, some of them are going to target visuals, some are going to try and target both. Only a few are going to be able to do both.
That weapon of yours, Outlander, that spear. I can see the blue light upon it.
This? It was made by an acquaintance of mine.
Ah, a shaman.
No. More of a tinker?
A tinker does not understand the spark in the metal, the song in the metal like this. But it could be improved upon, modified with the help of the old ones.
I bet that guy has
Far
back
north
troubles,
of here,
neck
there's a
and back
cave.
troubles.
A shaft in the snow. Within it is a nest of metal birds. Find a bird that hasn't been stripped by shamans past. Look for a rail inside it, the length of your spear. That's all I can tell you.
Get a rail from some metal birds in a cave. Sounds perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal. One that hasn't been picked clean by shamans past. Finest kind. Yes, old flame dusted off.
Oseram encampments creep closer to Banuk lands. They should exercise some caution.
Are they dyeing clothes or cleaning or dyeing? Sort of looks like a dye.
You can never
but
stop pushing yourself. A Werak is only as strong as its
Then they
weakest
dye one
link.
color on this side and one color on the other side and keep doing that with it getting all messed up.
This one's coming along nicely. A little longer.
Fast.
Color can really sing.
How hot is it? He's standing in it. Mind if I, anybody mind?
Who took my bowl of red dye? I know someone must have it. Come on.
Guess she's holding her breath. The water's lovely, you should come in.
I've never traveled further south than the Grave. In the old days,
Did I look at the new maps? I saw they were there. Yeah, we need a lot of bones and skin and things. Badger? We gotta kill some badgers?
If you just hold the shadows that fall on the lands, the cauldron
look at the wind. Look at the snow sweeping through camp. Streamlining round objects and... Oh. You're freezing just looking at it?
Any news from the hunt?
The herd isn't roaming far from the camp.
Keeping together this time.
Then we wait. But I bet we'll see a stray.
All right, I'll keep watch tonight.
Tall neck. Tall neck. Tall neck. Tall neck. Badger's moving. I don't want to go racing off. Face the badger. Look at what's around. See the tall neck symbol on the compass. I haven't heard or spotted a tall neck yet. If that thing's climbable. Oh, wait. Does not look like a side we could climb. Deep snow. Sounds of scavenging. Demonic scrapper. If we can silent strike, or if they'll hear me coming. That's good. Glad we can silent strike.
A tall neck? What did it take to knock one of those over? They're built to last.
You say knock one over? Oh shit. It's not a functional tall neck. Well, that's different. It's also not alone. And neither are we. Grabbers. Goats. Goat was part of what we needed, isn't it? Elfin missed or just didn't kill it. Could use better arrows, more damage. Hardpoint 43, that was only 21. Precision would be 99 if we want one-hit kills. But a lot more resources go into making those arrows. So while we could just go crazy, good. Missed. Anyways, if we really want to hunt and we don't want to have such a hard time, but we want one-hit kills, headshots, better bows, better arrows with more damage. We don't need harvesting arrows. We want damage arrows, which means picking your weapon and picking your ammunition. wonder if corruption arrows would work on demonic. You could corrupt them and cause them to attack each other. Glintox. Those are normal Glintox. Demonic scrappers, normal Glintox. Are there organic animals? Yes. Small ones. There are small ones.
Encased in ice.
Fish.
It fell a long time ago.
Rabbits, raccoons, geese,
Scavengers have just gotten
turkeys.
started.
Now goats and badgers up here. Hey, Ava. Work with me here, girl. Work with me. Glintock. We could corrupt the Glintox. So let's take a... Find the right bow here. Shadow War bow.
Check the area with my foot.
Okay, now, hostile. That corrupted Glintock will freak out on anything nearby, causing a little bit of chaos. We get spotted and things start running over this way. Set up a few ground traps.
Now we're hunting more.
Down. Whoa! She found a ledge on the ground. Okay, deep snow. Bad. Oh! Harsh. Hold on. Okay. No point in wearing stealth armor anymore. The Shield Weaver set is the very special one you get unlocked near the end of the game. Yeah, I'm taking advantage of it. They were strong to shock, right? And you'd think in the frozen wilds they wouldn't be weak to ice, but it didn't say, did it? Oh, they're not. Clearly not weak to it. They're not really weak to anything, according to the message we saw. I got flanked good up there on the rock, yeah. Supposed to get the scavengers, not those scrappers. Scavengers up here. I know I left a trap down there. Something tells me I may be running back down that way. Tear Blast rips parts off, not good for damage. Good if you want to remove things from it. Hell yeah. Thanks, Ava. I don't have my fire arrows out because I switched bows. But fire arrows will bring them down pretty quick. You can sling multiple. Whoa! You can sling multiple arrows at once. But you have to prep that. So what is it? R1. There we go. 2 arrows. I'll be able to get up there before he's back in flight. Holy shit! We're getting spotted from quarter mile away. Aloy!
That's the last of the scavengers. Should scan the tall neck. See how deep the damage goes. Just go about your business. Looks like the scavengers ripped out 3 major parts. If I could bring them back, maybe I could even reactivate it. Get at what's inside its head.
Find the missing Tallneck parts. 42% tear coil. Find Tallneck part actuator. Stabilizer, array. While we may not have to take them in any order, they are numbered 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna take our first break in a minute before we go after the Tallneck parts, but I want to go climb this thing, take a look if there's anything up there. I think we can get up there. Struggling a little with the snow, but system dormant, critical components removed. More Glinthawks nearby. Watchers. So falling off of this. No. Okay, pushing it. No. Is there enough room up here for a snow angel? May not be the best spot. We have to maybe earn something, because it's a she has to. How do we do that? It's not a pose. She has to move during it. Sea Star, I bet you know. Ball, unwind, rewind. Snow Angel, it is there. Oh. Snow Angel, come on, do that again. I just wanted to play around with it. I don't really want to take a shot right now. Wanted to see that it was there. Snow Angels! This is a job for the human kite. Look at them being aware of us from this distance. 130 paces away, and they know we're here. So I better pause. Taking a break. I'll be back. Be back in 10. Gonna go feed the dogs and get myself a snack. Get up, stretch your legs, smoke them if you got them, grab a drink, and I'll see you back here in a few. Stay tuned.